I don't know. I need to update my phone, I guess. But I'm waiting for y'all to come in for a little bit. Come on in, come on in, come on back in. But I guess I'll finish talking. But I was saying that when I was younger, I knew all those books of the Bible, and I still know a lot. I'm not saying I'm illiterate and don't know anything, but what I'm saying is, if my focus just would have been on that and not really focusing and looking at, the spiritual things, I missed out. I would have missed out on this truth because I would have been so focused on, oh, I need to know this, I need to know that. No, and what I was going to say, God is doing a lot with his chosen. He's doing a lot with his chosen. He's doing strange things. Like, people don't think what is going on in this world, some of the things, especially with his chosen ones. Like, he's moving people across the state. He's moving people to different states. He's people are walking. He's pushing people out of relationships that are not of God. He's waking up. He's waking up the chosen ones. They're coming into their own truth and understanding. He's calling people away from out of churches. He's doing so much. It's so much going on. And I've been paying attention to it. I can't speak for nobody else. I can't speak and I can't explain. I just see what he's doing. And I just want to make sure I'm on the right side of the track. Okay? I just want to make sure I'm on the right side of the track. I just want to make sure that whatever he's doing, even in my struggles, I want to be on the right side, because there is a lot going on. He's moving people. I mean, this thing is so bizarre. It's like a lot of things he's doing too. What people don't understand, he's separating some of you all from your family. He's just plucking you up out of your family and moving you across the state, moving you across the nation. Like, he's moving so many people. It's scary. And these people don't understand. They don't think it's God, but it's him. Oh, it's him. I can tell you, if somebody come here, you thinking it's God, you looking for an answer, this is your answer. It's him. You just got to trust. I can't tell you the things. I can't even start to tell you the things that have happened to me, because I haven't been released yet. Hey, Matt. How are you doing, fam? Happy holidays. I hope you all have a blessed Christmas, you and Keisha. But I can't start to tell you what's been happening to me. I can't even tell you. But it's God, because for things to happen how they happen, it's like, either you gonna walk by faith or what? What you gonna do? You say you believe in this God. You say you believe in this God. What you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna test your faith. And it's scary, y'all. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Look, I don't know how to lie. I just tell the truth. It's easier for me. So I don't have to think about what I said. I tell the truth, so I don't have to think about it anymore. It is scary. But it's not scarier than my trust and my faith. Because if I know he brought me this far, I know he's going to continue to take me. He's been keeping me since 2021, since I started this journey. And I know he's going to continue to take me. Since I had my awakening, he's been keeping me, providing my daily bread. I went through them Book of Eli moments. That's all I can tell you. Them Book of Eli moments. You don't know where your next meal coming from, or your next, financial blessing to pay a bill. Oh, I've experienced that. Book of Eli. Look that up. Go watch Book of Eli. Walk by faith, not by sight. But what makes it so much harder, and to make my faith even stronger, I got children. I got 3 children that's dependent on me. So I got to walk, but then I got to walk carefully. I'm like, Lord, I still got responsibilities. And I still got to trust him to be able to provide. Like, man, I got my 3 children that's dependent on me. I got this, I got that. You know how you go to get it in your head. But guess what? I still walk this thing out. I still walk it out. I still come on here. I still give y'all my downloads. I still try to come and be in good spirit. I still try to come, be in good spirit. I try to cast my cares and not bleed on the folks. But I know God is doing something. I know he's doing something. He's doing something with so many people. So many people, not just with me. I'm not special. I'm just one of y'all. I'm just one of the chosen. I'm not more special than anyone else. I'm not more special than anyone else. And I hear God saying too, I normally don't say what God said. That's just not me. But for this video, for someone, you got to use your gifts. God gave you a gift. He gave all of us a gift. Mine just this. Been this all my life. Got in trouble for this. Got in trouble for speaking. Got in trouble for talking and speaking up, saying what I need to say and saying what need to be said. I got in trouble for it. But God has given you a talent. He's given you a talent, and it's not as glorious as someone else's. It doesn't put you in the spotlight. But God say to use that talent. Use it. It's not to be glorious in someone else's eyes. It was given to you because it's going to open doors up for you. It's going to, your gift, as the scripture says, your gift will make room. You don't see it as nothing, but it's something. You don't see it as nothing. Whoever this is for, you just see it as, oh, that's just normal. No. Your gift is going to make room for you. And in this time, God is waking all of his chosen up. I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's going to go on. I'm not going to act as if I know. I'm not going to try to conjure up no fake prophecy because I don't know. I'm the first to tell you I don't know. But what I do know is something is going on where he's waking up the chosen ones. He's waking them up to who they are. He's waking them up with their passions and gifts. Their passions and gifts that they forgot about, that they used to do. Those things are being awakened in them. You're waking back up, like you're picking up your pen. Some of y'all used to write. And a lot of the chosen ones are scribes. They're writers. You used to love writing, diaries and all that. A lot of you are like that. And that's just not, I just got that there. That's not just something happenstance. A lot of the chosen are writers. We love writing. We love journaling. Journaling our thoughts, our feelings, our dreams and revelations, our gifts, ideas. Go back to those. That's what he told me to do. Go back. And I had to go back. And a lot of the stuff that I wrote down, I'm living today. Going through it. Living today. That's the sun shining through. But we got to get emotionally healthy. It's not of God for you to be a doormat. There's nothing godly about letting someone disrespect you. There's nothing godly about being a doormat. It's nothing godly about being disrespected, cheated on, abused verbally, emotionally, physically. Nothing godly about that. I don't know who told you all that you have to suffer like that. No, I don't know who this is for. There's nothing godly about that. Nothing. Nothing at all. You don't have to tolerate abuse. You don't have to sit and suffer. And you don't express yourself to a person how you feel, how things make you feel. They don't value your emotions. They don't value you. This is why this message is get emotionally healthy. If you were emotionally healthy, you would have walked away the first time. And that first time would have taught them a lesson. They wouldn't have tried you again. Whoever it is, child, male, parent, anybody. You shouldn't have to suffer and go through abuse. There's nothing godly about that. I don't care what anybody tell you. You let them know. Coach Monique told you there's nothing godly about that. Because you don't love yourself. You don't love yourself. How could you love someone else? How could you love your neighbor like yourself and you're going through abuse? You let somebody put their hands on you, mistreat you, disrespect you, devalue you, degrade you. No. No, that's not love. Get emotionally healthy. And the best way to get emotionally healthy, let me tell you, you have to learn to set boundaries. Learn to set boundaries. Learn to set boundaries. Get in God's word. Find scriptures that will help edify your spirit, that will increase your faith. And deal with your heart. That's it. You don't have to be a doormat. You don't have to let people abuse you and use the very God that you say you serve against you, or the very religion that you believe in against you. You better go find them scriptures that tell us we don't supposed to be in bad company, because that'll corrupt us. I don't know if that's 1 Corinthians 15:33. Don't find these verses where people want to use it to keep you in bondage, keep you stuck so they can abuse you. No, you go to God for yourself. You do your own prayer. You do your own study. You go talk to God for yourself. Because as long as you stay in a situation where you are emotionally unhealthy, you can't get yourself strong enough to walk away, right? As long as you stay stuck in that, you'll never get out of the situation you're in. You got to get emotionally healthy. You can't worry about if people are going to get mad at you. You can't worry about if they're going to start their little smear campaign. They've started that anyways. You can't worry about what people are thinking and what they're saying. You can't worry about that, because that'll keep you stuck. Let people say what they're going to say. Just remember, they're going to reap what they have sown. Especially in this hour, let me tell y'all something. The true chosen one, let me tell you something. Let me help you. Let me help give you some encouragement. And this ain't no threat. This ain't putting no curse on nobody. This is biblical. You reap what you sow. For the ones who are coming against the chosen ones in this season, that karma gonna come so quick. That reaping and sowing, they call it karma, but it's reaping and sowing. That reaping and sowing gonna come so quick. Whatever a person try to do to you, and you know you're innocent, you're not doing nothing to them. They back slandering your name. They lying on you, calling you crazy, saying you're this, saying you're that, saying you don't want to do anything, saying you're not contributing, calling you unfit. Everything that they talk and say about you, they gonna reap. They gonna reap what they have sown so quick. They ain't gonna know what hit them. All them lies is gonna catch up with them. Catch up with them. Them lies are going to catch up with them. Their health are going to start failing because they're so toxic coming out of their mouth. Their heart is so wicked. But then they want to come and put chosen ones, they're going to reap. When I tell you they're going to reap that, This is not the season to be putting your mouth on the chosen ones, especially the ones who God's trying to call. And he's calling them out of these toxic, narcissistic relationships. He's calling them out of these toxic, narcissistic families. He's calling them off of these toxic, narcissistic jobs. He's calling his chosen ones away from this stuff so he can do a new work. And then you got somebody that you think they're going to come and put their mouth on them, come and still try to destroy them. No, it's not going to happen in this season. Watch what I say. I'm just letting you know. If anybody on here, you just insist on bothering people who are not bothering you. If you insist on it, this is your warning to stop. You insist on slandering. You still lying on folks. People ain't doing nothing to you. Them people trying to go their business. We, chosen ones, we're trying to be obedient. And you still got people out trying to make us, look bad. They still slandering, still dividing and conquering behind our back, still planting seeds of division. They're going to reap that. And they're going to eat it quicker than they want to eat it. Let's just say that. You're not doing anything. You're not speaking ill of them. You don't let these folks go on about their business. You don't let them win and doing what they want to do. You trying to get yourself together. You trying to strengthen yourself emotionally, heal emotionally. And they still focused on slandering you. Because you got a backbone now. You don't want to tolerate the abuse anymore. You don't want to tolerate the disrespect. You don't want to tolerate none of it. You don't have the patience for it anymore. You don't grow up spiritually. You're not broken how you used to be. God has healed you in the place that tried to break you. You have healed in that place. And you got the courage to walk away. You got the courage to say, I'll leave it all behind. You got the courage to say, I sell everything that's not move. Everything that'll move, I sell it. You got the courage. Even in these difficult times, this recession, you got the courage and the faith to walk away and say, you know what? I want my peace over comfort. I want to be peaceful in my spirit. Because being connected to some of these folks, you can't rest. Your spirit can't rest. There's always something going on spiritually. You're being attacked, connected to these people spiritually. There's always warfare. That's why God pulling y'all up out of this place. He's pulling you all up out of some of these places because the warfare is too great. These people delving in things or delving in things that is anti-God. They're getting tapping into witchcraft and spells. They seeking out people to harm the chosen one. They're going to see people to harm the chosen ones. That's why you can't rest around this person. That's why your spirit is not at ease. Trust your spirit. Trust what you feel. You're not crazy. You can't put a finger on it, but you know there's something going on. The enemy is always using people in the background. The devil is always using people. He's always in the background causing division. He's always trying to get in your children. He's always trying to get in those you love. And he will get into those you love. He will use them children against you. He will. The enemy will. He will use your family. That's where he starts because he knows where your heart is. That's why I told the devil, let me tell you, I told the devil the other day, you can use who you want to use. I'll give it all up. Use who you want to use. You go to acting, have them kids go to acting crazy. Too crazy where I can't, pray and run the enemy away. I'll give it all up. That's how strong I am. People may say I'm crazy. I'll walk away from everything if I had to. I don't make my stance. I'll disappear if I had to. Because, see, the enemy will try us as chosen ones. The enemy will try us, and he will put everything. He will have us to choose between the things we love and the things that God is trying to do for us. He will. He'll test us. But you got to be willing to look crazy. People calling you crazy anyway, so you might as well give them something to talk about. You have to be willing to look crazy. Because they don't understand what God is doing in your life. They don't understand what he's doing. They didn't have to walk the walk. They didn't have to go through your upbringing. They didn't have to go through the warfare, the relationships you had to endure. They didn't have to go through the setbacks, the people coming up against you, the adversity. They didn't have to go through that. So they're not going to understand God how you understand God. If people had an easy life, they're not going to be able to relate to you. Because you kind of like, what's her name on Color Purple? All my life I had to fight. If you was an all my life I had to fight person, and then a person who just had everything given to them, prepared, life was easy, they're not going to understand you. They are not going to understand you. Nor how God operates in your life. Because if you were a person all my life I had to fight, if you were one of those type of people, by this time, you know how God deals with you. You know what he's doing. You know, by this time you have learned his behavior. Before, you didn't know his behavior. You didn't know. But once you kept going through, you kind of know, okay, this God right here. You kind of could tell what's God doing and what the enemy is doing. Because if you don't know, sometimes it looks like the enemy is doing things when it's God. God can come and uproot you too now. It's not just the enemy. God will come uproot your little plans. He will come uproot your plans. And you be thinking it's the devil, and you praying them little warfare prayers, and you going trying to get delivered. No, that be God doing stuff. And see, by this time, all my life I had to fight people, we know the difference. We know when enough is enough. We know when God is plucking us up out of something. Regardless of what man says, we know when God is doing something in our lives. The warfare be so great. It'd be so great. And you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy. Because you already know your worst enemy couldn't handle a fraction of what you've gone through. You know they couldn't handle it. But you handle it with grace. You walk through it because people think, because you walk through it so gracefully, they think it's not a burden to you. They think it's not hard for you. Because you have a positive outlook. You still know how to be positive. You still know how to treat people well. You be going through hell and you still know how to be there for somebody else. You still know how to be kind. You still know how to be loving. You still can have an ear out and your heart is open. You still can be hearing and listening if somebody's in need. Your heart is still open. And then you're home, you going through hell. You fighting, you going through warfare. But you got a heart. You got a open ear spiritually to still hear if somebody's going through something. If they need prayer, they need some encouragement. I'm an encourager. I've been that. Which means I can give you an encouraging word to get you. It's like spiritual food to get you to your next destination. I pray, but I'm not a prayer like that. Like how people say, if somebody asks me to pray for them, I pray for them, but I'm not. I know that's not my office. Although I still pray because we're called to pray, but I'm not the person that's always like praying constantly. No, I'm not that person. Encourage you spiritually and exhorter, I can do that. That's my gift. My gift. Exactly, Matt. Yes, that's my gift. And see, that's the thing. We have to learn our gifts. When I come here and do videos, it's just like I'm talking to somebody, that I know. It takes from me because there's a lot I'm pouring out. It does take from me, but it's natural. It's not scripted. That's a gift. God always giving me that gift. I can encourage somebody. And say good things about them, knowing a person hate my guts. I still can say, you know what? That looks nice on you. Or go do X, Y, Z, or, share something with them. Knowing they hate me. I can still compliment them on something. Oh, that looks nice. That's awesome. That's beautiful. With good intentions, not being malicious. Not being malicious at all. You can do it. Oh, that looks nice on you. You look handsome. You look good. You look cute. Oh, that's nice. Just how it is. But I know my gifts. Oh, yeah, me too, Barbara. Oh, yes, we sure should. Because this world and Western religion has taught us to look outside of ourselves. I had to unlearn a lot of that. Outside seeking things that I could do for myself. Like going to someone else. Especially because I grew up and I dealt with a great deal of rejection, and I dealt with a great deal of abandonment. So I used to always look for validation from people. But God had to deliver me from that. He had to deliver me. He had to really snatch me up out of that spirit. And that's why when he called me to talk on here, I have to speak what he say speak. Whether it's going to offend people I love or not. And see, that's what we be afraid to offend people when God tell us to say something, because we know our loved ones is living that lifestyle. Right? We know people we love are living a lifestyle that is contrary to what we got to speak about. If God telling you to speak about stealing, and you got some scammers in your family, you got to speak about that. You can't hold back. And it's not that you're being judgmental, because the truth is going to offend. Rather, we want to, no matter how we say it. You got people say, you got to say it in love. No, one thing about it, you can't, the truth, you can say it quiet as a mouse. Because my grandmother, let me tell you, my grandmother, she wasn't a person who yells. This is my dad's mom. She wasn't a person to yell or raise her voice. The only time she raised her voice, when we were fishing and we saw a snake. That's the only time I recall her screaming and yelling and raising her voice. We saw a snake by our feet and we were fishing. But other than that, I don't remember her yelling. Unless she was calling me and I was in the back room. But the truth, when she said the truth, quietly and soft, baby, she would say, baby, talk with that tone. That thing hurt. Slice me all kind of ways, because the truth gonna slice. The truth will slice regardless of how you say it. And see, that's why I know people, they don't want to hear the truth.